everyone, welcome back to the MEP QAQC Pro channel. This channel is dedicated to all the MEP QAQC engineer, whether you are from mechanical, electrical, plumbing or firefighting. Our goal is to help you understand the fundamental of QAQC and how to apply them effectively on your site. Through our videos and shared document, you will gain practical knowledge that support your daily work as a QAQC professional. From basic concept to the real site implementation, we cover everything you need to grow in the field of MEP QAQC. So, without wasting time, let's get started. As you can see, today our topic is how to handle non-conforming material. So, what is non-conforming material? Non-conforming material means the material which is not aligned with the quality specification. The quality specification means your project material submittal, your project specification, your project sample. Whatever sample is approved, that should be same material has to be delivered with the same specification, same labeling. Everything should be same and fully complied. That is that has to be under the conforming material. Not non-conforming means that is not aligned. So that is that is all under the non-conforming material when the material is not fully or fail to meet the quality specification. That is all about non-conforming material. And if you will handle this non-conforming material, I mean if you will properly handle this non-conforming materials, so what the impact will come or what will the effect will come at site. So first thing, this will avoid the delay in the project. This will maintain your commitment that whatever the highest quality of works which you are committed to your client, that will be delivered. That is all about non-conforming materials. So through this section, through this video, you will get to know each and every step how you can handle the material from initial identification to the final resolution. So let's get started. The first one is identification of non-conforming material. Whenever you are going to check the material which arrived at your store or at your factory, the first thing is you should have your document. First of all, your project specification, what code and standard they are saying in the specification and the supplier has aligned, and what compliance they did. The third one is your materials approved material submitter. In the approved material submitter, it will mention your supplier name, manufacturer, country of origin, bill of lading, everything is mentioned, your schedule of material. So all this, if you have, you can start processing, checking your material. Once you find that the material is not aligned with your approved material submittal, then you can easily identify that okay, this materials will come under non-conforming material. So the first step is the crucial step, which is promote identification of any material that fail to meet our quality standard, specification, and control. This typically occur during the routine inspection, testing, and production phase when deviation become apparent. So every industry they have different, like production is they have different, testing industry they have different way of proceeding doing the inspection. For the construction industry, they can always be when the material arrive at site, there always be inspection, which is known as material MIR inspection. If you have any doubt in MIR inspection, you can go and check my video. I already uploaded that how you can raise MIR and what are the procedures involved during throughout the inspection till the approval. So let's come back to the topic. So once you identify that is the material which is not aligned with your quality requirement, so what the you will do is material must be immediately physically isolated to prevent accidental use. Apply clear, non-conforming or hold labels to be ensure visibility. So you will segregate that material. You keep that material in a different yard and you will put the label that is non-conforming, or label you will add hold label, something you will add so that any people, your labor, your foreman, your engineer, whoever will go there, so they can easily understand, okay, this material is the non-conform material and it cannot be used at site. So this will lead you, the first thing is this will lead you to prevent that material in the different yard, and nobody can use you, no one can take the material and use at site. So this is the time saving for the your supervisor, your engineers. So in order to avoid a delay, like they took the material and then after that they're returning back, or they already installed at site, then you find out. So that will lead you the delay in the work progress. So it's better to be identified earlier in a stage and keep that material in a different yard so that everyone can easily understood that that material is a non-conforming material which is not aligned with your quality requirement. A simple stage is the detection process, notification chain, and segregation process. As I told you, you detect that process, you segregate that material, and you make it label. So this all procedure for identification of the non-conforming material. The second one is once you identify it, of course you will take that photo, you will create some document. So the next step is documentation requirement. How which documents are required to create a non-conforming reports, which is NCR. Comprehensive document is the backbone of effective non-conformance management. Each instance requires a detailed non-conformance report that capture all the relevant information about the defective materials and the nature of the quality deviation. Your NCR must include complete material identification, part number, batch number, supply detail, a precise description of non-conforming detection circumstance, inspector identification, support evidence such as photograph, test result, inspection reports, should company each report to facilitate evaluation. So in simple words, if I can say, how you can prepare a non-conformance report. The first thing is whenever you find the material is non-conforming, you have to take the photo. In that material, there should be any labels is here, any codes is mentioned, anything is there. Just take the photo, which is not same as per your approved material. Then you come back to your office, you have your own format of NCR. In that NCR, you will mention the material names, the specification number, material submittal approval number, then the delivery note number, because you are taking that from your delivery notes. So you need to be ensure that the delivery note for that particular is correct. So once you will mention the delivery note, you will mention also supplier details. Then you will attach the photo. The photo you will mention that this kind of material has some. You will identify. You will once you will attach the photo, you will circulate or you will highlight that area, highlight that material that is not aligned with your project quality requirement. Then you will record it. Once you finish, once you make the NCR report, in the NCR report, the first thing will come description, then the material information you will mention, then what is the problem in that material you will mention, and the things like preventive action, corrective actions, and so on, that will has to be taken through the supplier. So now the 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 formation, the material informations, and the the test results are in that NCR report. After that, we will attach as a file records for your own audit purpose. If there is an audit, so you can show that yes, there is an audit in the there is an audit in the materials which you found through your routine inspection, that the materials is not fully aligned with the project quality requirement, and that is updated in your log. For the logs, actually, I'm planning to create what are the logs to be maintained by the quality engineer. Um, I will make a video against this topic. Once once the files has been created, then you have to evaluate and decision making. This file should go to the your management, yani your engineer, project engineer, and project manager, whoever is there, which is as per your project organization. Once document is completed, throughout evaluation must determine the appropriate course of action. This course begin with the root cause analysis to identify whether the non-conformance originated from supplier error, internal process failure, or other factor. This understanding guide the subsequent decision making. Based on evaluation finding, material will receive one of the three disposition: acceptation with the approved deviation from minor issues with that impact of functionality, reworking to bring material into the compliance, or the complete direction for the significant defect. All disposition decisions require formal approval from the authorized quality management personnel. See, once you prepared your NCR report, you must send to your management. They will take decisions and they will try to identify what is the root cause for that non-conforming material, how it's arrived at site, whether it's a failure, internal process failure, or whether it's supplier mistake, whether it's procurement mistake, whatever the mistake, whoever the mistake is there, they will take the decision based on that understanding. So this is the other procedure of evaluation and decision making. The rejection process. When the material must be rejected, a structured process ensures proper handling, supplier accountability, beginning by formally identifying the supplier. Okay, so the rejection process means once you identified, yes, this is the mistake we found from supplier. What you will do is you have created already an NCR file. You have the photo, you have the evidence, everything is here. You will send this NCR report to the supplier while mentioning that the non-conformity materials arrive at site which is not as per the approved material submittal and not meeting the and your failure to meet the quality requirement. As a notification you have to send to your supplier, and you will mention that you need to implement the return and dispose agreement with our management. What is the procedure of return and how you can return to them, and everything has to be mentioned in that email, whether it should go to the site or it should go through the procurement, then it will come to the management. After that you will get it notification, yeah, this kind of material has to be returned back to the supplier, because there is some payment, the payment will come also, LPOs and everything is there. So you need to be ensure that a return procedure should be agreed before returning to the material. Then once everything is done and agreed that the way of returning, you will ensure that the rejection notice has, like, you will attach the delivery note with your NCR plus a rejection form. Every site have, every store management, actually this come under store management. Store management have their a requisition or the form, which I know that there is a rejection form from them. You can ask them to generate a rejection form or return process form so that you will attach in your NCR. That has to be generated before returning. After that, the material has to be returned from your storage or from your project to the supplier in order to start refunding plus or replacement. Mostly this will go under replacement. They will replace with the approved material. That is all about the sequence process for how you can handle the non-conformance material. The first step was you need to create the NCR report with all evidence. Then you need to identify what is the root cause. Then you will send this report to your management or your senior. They will contact the suppliers whether this the problem is under the supplier or the procurement or the internal. Once the issue is identified, if it in the case of supplier, then you will send this report to the supplier as an internal NCR report with the specific time and period to close that NCR, whether it's a replacement or the refund for the amount. That all about your organization decision. Then once everything is done, the process is called recording process. How you can record this? There's a all NCRs, SOR, inspection, everything should be recorded under the QAQC procedure. You need to record all your reports properly to avoid the loss of the document. Because this kind of documents are required during the audit. The auditor may ask, what are the non-conformance you have found during your inspection, or what are the non-conformance you have received from your client? You need to show to them so they will understand what is going at site, and from there they can evaluate. So, a robust recording form foundation of effective non-conference management and ensure the regulatory compliance. All NCR and its position records and supplier correspondence must be filled in our centralized digital quality management for easy retrieval and referring during the audits. Maintain a clear audit trail that document each action taken from identification through my final resolution. This comprehensive record keeping not only satisfies ISO standard 9001 requirement but also provide a valuable data for continuous improvement initiated aimed at reducing the future non-conformance report. In a simple way, if I'll say, once you are recording, once you record all the data as in a digital way, or maybe you have your own quality management software, or you are keeping all this as a physical data in your system or in your OneDrive. So this will show that the whatever the action has been taken from initial to final resolution, this will give you a satisfaction for your future improvement. This is a lesson learned that you have learned in your project, and so that you will avoid in the future. So always record your mistakes, or any mistake any happen inside, always try to record it and photo it, for take photo along with that and keep in the record. So in your upcoming future project, you will avoid that mistake, or you will learn from that mistake and implemented in your new project. So this is the fundamental of recording your non-conformance reports, communications, inspection, photographs, everything has to be recorded. There is a retention periods. This is actually not under for your QAQC department, but yeah, you must know that, this is actually a decision by your organization. Once your project finish, up to how many year you can keep that data, or up to how many years that digital your software can retain that data. So as a non-conforming, that should be 7 years. Between supplier communication, it should be 5 years. Disposition of records, any the records which are required to dispose, that has to be restored after 7 years. Any photograph you have something related to your project, that can be keep up to 3 years. But at the end, this all is that has to be designed by your organization only. But that is a fundamental to keep the record till 7 year, 5 year, how many years. That is. So creating an offer of rejection. The offer of rejection serves as a formal notification to supplier regarding non-conforming material. This document must be meticulously prepared to ensure the clarity and facilitate proper supplier response. It represents our official position to the quality issue and initiate the resolution process. Each rejection offer must follow our standard template to maintain the consistency and the compliance. The document should be clear reference associated to NCR, provide detailed material identification, specifications, exact nature of non-conformance with the evidence attached. Basically, this is a takeaway, means in a short form, you created an offer. You created an offer means you created an NCR till the rejection and replacement. So the document which mention is here, what are the documents required, and the details, supplier name, contact information, purchase order, as I told you from the beginning, non-conformance detail, part number, batch number, delivery note, return process. As I told you, return process is there. You need to check where the project is store management or the procurement, what is the process of return processing. Maybe they will give you some form or something that has to be well communicated between internal parties. Then the document which we need to attach is non-conformance report, evidence photo of if there is any test result failure, that also can be attached, but mostly not required. But in case it require, you need to attach your test result. Then your specification, your approved material, your approved specification, everything you can attach so that they can aware yes there is a discrepancy from the approved material to the delivered material. Yes, I have attached the related documents which really needed to understand how you can close the NCR and how you can raise the NCR to your suppliers, to the internal parties, and what are the how you can the how you can create an offer of rejections. That also I have added in the below link. You can go through that links and find out the. And the last is what are takeaways which you can follow for your next project and for your next step. The takeaways is, please, whenever the project is started or whenever the project is under rush or in the peak, and the materials, there is always a material delivery at site. You have to be prepared yourself throughout. You have to regularly check the material submitted, documents, everything. You need to make your own notes that this material from this approved supplier and the country of origin, whatever things under that, you need to be sure and you have full idea of that. And always take training, participate in the workshop, implementation undergoing with your organization. Maybe they change some supplier, so you can always understand what's going outside. Implement procedure in beginning using the protocol immediately after handling the non-conforming materials. Means when you start handling non-conforming material, you need to be ensure that what are the protocol are required and it should be resolved immediately because this will lead you in a delay in the project execution. And always take feedback from your seniors for what for the continuing improvement, so you can keep your company in the continuous improvement and the process. So this is all the takeaways for the today's session, which is very very important because nowadays every time we are facing problem with non-conforming materials are always delivered site is non-approved material. So you need to be ensure that your project has no mistake can happen and there will be no non-conforming material to be delivered at site. If delivered, you need to take action based on the sequence which I have told you. So I believe this really help you, and please keep us follow and subscribe us so that we can easily connect each other. Thank you very much.